2, test 1, 2. Okay, this is Practice Fusion Basics 101 for all you big Practice Fusion fans out there for the Pathways for Change counseling. Anyway, we're going to start from the beginning, and you're going to go to your web browser, which I'm using Google Chrome, and you're going to type in Practice Fusion. Probably don't have to type that much. Fusion, and go to the website, and the login ought to come up, and you should put your email address in, and then the password you selected when you got the access code, and then log in. Once you're logged in, it'll go straight to the dashboard. Dashboard has tiles on it. Here's tutorials here that can show you how to do everything on Practice Fusion. The template community, where templates can be found. These templates here that are showing are used Practice Fusion wide by other practices. You can select what kind of discipline you want, and there's all kind of templates in there. The My Templates would be for your individual templates, and here we've created the individual progress note, and that will be shared with each of you, and it'll automatically show up in your My Template plate. Now back to home. The schedule here is much like the scheduling in Google Calendar or Outlook, and you see here we have one appointment. Most of your appointments will be put in by the front desk. You click on this, and it will show their information and who the provider is, who they will be seeing. You can even pull their chart up from here. Click on it, and you can see all their stuff. Okay. There's users. Everybody has their own color, right? And then also display options. You can do it by week. Get rid of the it's only done by business, and then there's appointment types, and we'll be using the counseling session, which is set at 50 minutes. If that's not good, then you need to let me know if we need to move it to an hour, and I can change that. Alright, so then we move on to task here, and these are all the things you've done for a client or a patient. You see up at the top, you can click on it, and these are just my tasks with my name on it. Documents, these are documents that need to be signed that were uploaded for this particular patient. Tasks are broke out into a couple of different kinds. You have to sign an encounter. It'll come up and it'll say that it needs to be signed. For the interns, your supervisor will sign that. They'll be able to get in here and sign that. You just upload it, or just put it in when you're finished. So these are just things that haven't been completed. Super bills can be in there. There's all different types of them. Unsubmitted super bill, that's for billing. That will need to be filled out if the client is to be billed, and we'll get into that further at another time. Alright, so then we move on to charts, and these are charts for all the patients. If you see this help window that's opened up, it says customize your view. And we're going to customize the same way for everybody for the summary. And the summary is just the patient summary. It's not their full chart. It's just got certain things on it. And so we want to customize that so everybody will be consistent. Alright, so you go to the Go To button, and you hit Customize Summary here. You see it? Click on that. And then all the things that you check will show up on the summary, and all the rest of the stuff will be in the background. So we these are the things that we want checked to show up on the summary: is the family history, this not the social history, medications, encounters, messages, and appointments. Okay, and when you're finished with that, you do hit done customizing. Now, when you do that for your first patient, you won't have to do it anymore. It'll do that for all your patients. It'll customize that. All right. So you click here, and here's a timeline, and this timeline will show all the encounters, all of the contacts that we've had with this person, and any kind of how many appointments you've had. Um those documents that are signed, documents that are pending for them. Then their profile will show all their other information, pertinent information. You can put notes in here, up to 500 characters about your client. But it also has their insurance information and contact information, demographic information, which is important to fill out, next to kin in case you kill somebody, and then some other information, prescriptions, and such as that. Okay, we move back to the summary, and so we'll usually be at the summary when you get ready to have a session with somebody. And so whenever you have a session, you're going to do the new encounter soap. This is just things that need to be done on it. Most of it do not pertain to us, so you just close these out. So it be. So you see across the top line, office visits, a soap note, the date, which is today, who they're being seen by, and what facility they're being seen in. So their chief complaint, and I'm just going to say depression, because it is summertime and Jack Frost doesn't like summertime. So he's depressed about it. And then, but it can be more extensive and more detailed than that. Medications, you could search medications and then type right in here whatever it might be that you need to want to put in it in this area here. Okay, you hit click done, and then we go to the subjective. The subjective, you hit record, and because of the way we do things with our progress notes, our individual progress notes, this is what you'll do. You see that the individual progress note template came up, and you click on it, right? Double click it, and it goes automatically into your record subjective. And all you have to do is get on the line and shift and put an X in there to what all of the orientations that you want to. Mood effect, you can check which ones are pertinent, daily patterns, all of those things you can check just like on the regular progress note. And as you come down here, I'll add this to the template. Hit subjective, just type that in, and then put your subjective notes, whatever they might be. Okay, you can bold it up, you can make it in italics, you can use bullets, you can use numbers, have indentions, just like you in WordPerfect. Okay, and then you just simply, for the objective, you go to it and begin that session and put your notes in there, and then you go to the assessment, put that in there, right? And then you go to your plan and click done, and then you go to your super bill and begin that, and that will be another session that we'll look at. Now, if you were wanting to look at this and you were going to print this, and this is what it would look like. If there's another way to do this, we can talk about that. It takes up a lot of space. I think this can be shortened. And maybe it can be a little bit. But that's what it'll look like. So all nice and neat. Your objective be down here, your assessment, and you see where I have the subjective there. That's just the way we have to work around the system on that. Close that out, go back, and so now you've done the encounter for this session with this client, and then that will show up in task right here, sign encounter. Alright, and then also when you go back to charts, you click on Jack Frost, and when you're in the summary, look here, here's his first encounter, the date, that's it. All you have to do is click on that to view it. Anybody who's in there, including the your supervisor, and it runs on the timeline. When you click on the timeline, it will show all of their encounters. Of course, the profile shows all their information, and then you have this. This also clicks and shows the timeline, or the SOAP note, wherever you're clicked at. Here it is, June 1st, and it'll show the details of it. Alright, up here is actions. Most of these we won't use, but you can print the patient chart, record a patient reminder, refresh a patient chart, view access history. You won't be able to do that, only admins will. You can create a task, you can send a message to someone else. Everybody will get a private message address that will stay in the practice, and it's just in the system. So everybody can, it's kind of like a cross between text and email. It instantly goes into that. You can create a task, and you can view all recent activity with this client. Alright, and this is where I was talking about the messages within the system. There aren't any messages in there right now, but you click on this, see how it's kind of like an email. You drop this down and you see in practice, and you'll get email addresses for everybody, or you can send it to everybody in the practice. So it's a good communication tool between you and your supervisor if you're an intern, or anybody who's collaborating together with one client. This is a good, safe way, HIPAA compliant way to talk about clients. Alright. Reports you don't need to know about. That really is the basics for it. I want to go back to home now and show you the top in these documents. This is where any documents that you upload into the system will show up, and further on in this next section I'll show you how to upload documents into the system. But when you do upload a document, as Olivia did here with this biopsychosocial, which we will have in the templates, it is to this patient, Jessica Carroll, but it'll show up here, and you can search all documents that are pending or signed through this search. You put their name in there, or you can do it by your name. And where's Olivia? There. And see, then that one for Jessica Carroll just shows up. Or you can even do it by type. Okay. And there's a clinical summary for her. Alright. Okay. And then the directory. This is for after you've been in practice for a little while, all people that you collaborate with that are maybe not in, if you're in insurance, taking insurance, then this would be a helpful tool for you to make referrals and to get referrals. All right. Again, here's the tutorials, and in the template community. It's pretty simple. If you have any questions, you can give me a call, and then I will do another video here shortly. All right. Thanks.